Hi Carole, welcome back on In. What have you brought this week?
A lovely novel called The Burgess Boys by Elizabeth Strout. Now, she won the Pulitzer Prize with a novel before this, a novel called Olive Kitteridge. So a lot of your viewers might know Olive Kitteridge, a novel about a not entirely pleasant woman necessarily, but and as the characters in this new novel, The Burgess Boys, are not always pleasant, but Elizabeth Strout likes her characters all the same, even though they're flawed, and you as a reader are very intrigued by them. Olive Kitteridge was like short stories that joined together and gave you a whole picture of this woman. This is a complete novel. It's about two brothers, both lawyers, one a very slick, smart, successful, high-profile New York lawyer. The younger one, a slightly more bumbling, not quite so successful lawyer who's ended up doing fairly minor cases. And their sister Susan, they're Bob and Jim. Their sister Susan still lives back in the small town in Maine where they grew up. And she's still a small town girl, has never really left town. There was an incident in their childhood when all three of them, years ago, were in a car, in the family car, and the father hopped out of the car and went round behind the car to pick up something that was there, and the car ran over him and killed him. And the younger of the two brothers, so the middle child, has actually carried the guilt of that all his life, because they say that it was he who moved into the driver's seat and released the handbrake. And one of the things you find out in the novel is what really happened. What precipitates things here is that Susan's son, Zach, a teenage boy, a bit of a wayward, but he's not wayward, he's lost really. He's quite isolated and lost. And he throws an object through the window of a mosque. And there's a major incident because of it. And he has no comprehension of the significance of what he's done. He's done it in ignorance and frustration, really, without understanding the implications. Both lawyer brothers rush home to see what they can do about it, to minimise the effects and try and keep the boy out of court and so on. The flashy lawyer's going off on a holiday with his wife, and so it's the bumbling younger brother who ends up helping this boy. And really, their lives unravel, and you find out what's gone on and what's affected them all their lives. The slick, successful lawyer, his marriage starts to unravel. It's absolutely fascinating, beautifully written, beautifully written. Yeah, intriguing. I mean, she hooks you in and you become fascinated by these people's lives.
Absorbing family drama by the sound of it.
Yes, it is indeed.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Carole.